Take a nice comfortable stance. Top of the, well, wherever on your mat with your feet hip-width distance apart. Just take some nice, beautiful breaths. It's so gorgeous out today, isn't it? All right, and let's let that breath energy go all the way through us. So as you inhale, think spaciousness, think filling up the whole body. Forward, sides, back, up and down. And then just soften into your release. And then inhale, spacious. Soften, release. And just do that 2 more times. And let's add some arms, so turn your palms out. Inhale the arms up as far as they want to go today, palms together, and bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, palms together as you come up, and hands to heart. Let's start to add some balance. Inhale, hands together, and as your palms come to your heart, raise your right heel, and up, left heel. Good. We're going to do double heel. See how that feels today? Double heel. And release. Try the right knee if you want. And left knee. Okay, so it's either going to be right heel, double heel, or right knee, left knee, double heel, or just alternating right and left. Just go at your own pace. What's working for you? And whenever you finish this round, whatever round you're on, right, whether it's with double heel or with the left, just come back to mountain pose, inhale and exhale. All right, let's get the spine moving a little bit here. So we're going to have the knees and hips soft and open up, elbows back, and take it forward. Open and forward. Just a little opening for the spine here. And the next time your hands are to your lap, just stay there and roll up. Inhale and exhale. Shake it out. Okay, so we're going to work on some tilting here. Take your hands to your shoulders, elbows in line with the shoulders, okay, as much as possible. Feet are grounded, inhale, and just tilt to the right, okay. Shoulders stay in line, and up, hey, welcome, and tilt to the left. Shoulders are staying in line, just like they do for triangle. Feet are staying grounded, tilting right, and up, tilting left, and up. We're going to the right, extend, and up, and to the left, and up. Now let's take it to the right. Stay here. Make sure that left foot is grounded, and extend the arms, whatever works for you. You might extend your arms forward instead of by the ears. And then come up, hands to shoulders, and take it to the left, staying here, grounding through that right foot, and take your arm extension, whatever that looks like right now. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, hands down by your side. Okay, So let's get some twisting action going on here. We're going to take the legs slightly wider than hip width distance, and we're going to start knocking on the door of life. Okay? Soft and flowy. We feel the tapping at the back of the body, right? But we're not making ourselves black and blue here. Knocking on the door of life. Yeah, and then start to let the arms just come up a little more. And we want to move into immunity tapping now. So with a gentle fist, tap right under the collarbone, right and left. Yeah. And then we let the arms come out and up as far as they want to go. Waving the hands in the air. And starting to come back down, side to side, back to immunity, tapping. Hands go lower, back to knocking on the door of life. And then come back to center and just bring your arms up, bring your hands together and return to mountain pose. Yep. Take a moment. Once you get to mountain pose, take your time. And now take the feet together so we're making our legs just one solid trunk to stand on. Close your eyes and just feel whatever movement the body is connected to right now. Inhale and exhale. All right, shake it out. Judy, I know you have 2 blocks handy. Okay, so we're going to we're going to be working with them in a little bit. So bring your feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale as we fold forward from the hip creases here, right? Hips are staying over the ankles. Bend your knees, bring your hands to your thighs, shine your heart forward, and start to sink your hips down. Walk yourself back to downward facing dog. And bend one knee and then the other. One heel down and hold. Other heel down and hold. 2 heels, yes, down and hold. Now we're going to mindfully bring the knees down, getting them to the mat at the same time, and sit off to the side. We had a request for water wheel, so let's take seated mountain pose. And sit up nice and tall. Inhale and exhale. And then shake everything out, okay? And before we move into water wheel, let's get our core going, shall we? Yes, we shall. All right, so let's go ahead and with a long spine, feet hip width distance apart, arms forward, take it back, feel your core engage, feel your core challenge point here. It might be a little farther back than engagement was, and just take your arms out and forward, yep, and up and down. Out, could be done with the elbows bent too, forward, up, and down. Okay, this is all within your personal range of motion, but notice that the core has to be right here to support you, and even just moving with the arms makes the core work a little harder. We're going to do that one more time. Out and forward, up and down, and sit up. So that's a great move. You can stay with it that way, or you can add legs. Okay, so we're going back. Find that core point. As you go out, raise your right leg if you want. Tap the toes down, arms up, leg up, tap down. Let's stay on the right 4 times. That was 1. Up, tap, out, tap and up, tap and out, tap and up, tap and release. All right, ready on the left, arms forward. Is everybody finding a place to be in this move? Everybody's good? Take it back. we're going left leg, tap, up, tap. Remember, work to your range of motion. Even if you did nothing but take the leg up and down, your core is still going to be very, very engaged, working hard. Tap, one more, out, tap, and up, tap, woo, and release. Shake it out. All right, we're going to finish up with a little bit of obliques here. Feet are planted, hip width distance, arms are forward, right arm back, left arm forward, and up. Left arm back, right arm forward, and up. Add the leg if you want. Right arm, right leg, and down. Left arm, left leg, and down. Again, you could do this just leaning back. You don't even have to open your arms. Raise one leg and then the other. Right and left. Depends on where you are today. Right and left. Okay, right and left. The next time you go to the right, just hold. Hold. Oh yes, and release. And then go to the left and hold, hold, whoop, and release. Shake it out. All right, I think those hips are ready for some water wheel now. So let's come down. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, let's start with a nice long stretch, arms and legs, and coming into Apanasana. Just draw your knees in. Hold here and just release the spine a bit. You can rock side to side, make some circles, one direction and the other. All right, so both feet are on the mat now, knees are bent, arms are down by your side. Right knee in, point up, flex down, knee in, point up, flex down. Always in water wheel, okay, our focus here is on opening the hips, but if you want a little extra core, you might choose to roll your shoulders and head up. Just keep your chin away from your chest. We don't want to tuck the chin to the chest. So this is a variation that can work for you sometimes. You don't have to do it all the time. Next time the right knee is in, hold it in, flex the right foot, flex out, point up, knee in. What's your goal here? Are you just wanting to lay back and just really focus on that hip release? Or do you want to just get a little extra core in? Reverse water wheel. One more time. Once that right knee is in again, just hold here. Bring your shoulders and head down. If they're up, hold on to your shin, right shin or hamstring with your right hand. And take the right leg out to the side and back. Here's where your left leg might choose to extend any amount. That's between you and your left side, your hips, your body. Come center. Take your left hand to the outside of your right leg. Maybe it's at the outside of the calf. Maybe it's at the outside of the thigh. Take your right arm out to the right. Inhale. And draw that knee just across center. You're going to start to feel a lovely stretch. And then let that knee come all the way over to the left as far as it wants to go. With your gaze towards your right fingertips, your right hip is going to lift here. You're in a twist, also still getting stretch. And as you come back through center, let your right ankle cross over your left thigh. Draw your left leg in. Your right foot is flexed. You may need to move that right knee farther away from your face if it's doing this. Okay? And then just holding on to the shin, move around. Make circles, go forward and back. Move around. Make a nice X at the thighs and move around some more. And then come back into figure 4, extend your left leg and point and flex your foot. Get some nice intention going here. And circle the left ankle one direction and the other. Okay, let's release, unwind, 2 feet to the mat, left knee in, point up, flex down, knee in, point up, flex down, and if it's you right now, you can go ahead and raise the shoulders and the head off the mat, keeping the chin away from the chest here. Nice, good, 2, and 1 more. When the left knee comes in, hold it there, flex the left foot, flex out, point up, knee in, keep going. Looking good, looking good. Flex out, point up, knee in. And the next time the left knee is in, hold it in. Take your shin or your hamstring, as usual. Right leg straighten or bend. Right arm out to the side. Open and close. Take the leg out to the left and back to center. Out and back. Lots of good range of motion for the hip here. And let's go ahead and start to draw the left ankle across the right thigh, holding on to the left shin. Flex the left foot and move those hips around. I felt like I left something out and I just realized what it is. So I can see the thought bubbles over everybody's head. All right, let's just finish up with this little moving pigeon here, and we're going to come back to this. For now, take your right leg back down, left knee back in. Take your right hand outside of your left leg, left arm out by your shoulder, and take the left knee just past the belly button for that beautiful stretch. And then let the left knee come as far over to the right as it wants, taking your gaze to the left. Thought bubbles bursting with relief that we didn't leave this out on the left side. I see it. All right, now as you come back through, your left ankle comes across your right thigh, and we already did that, so let's go ahead and cross tightly at the thighs and move around some more. All right, we're going to release back into that figure 4, take the right leg up and point and flex, point and flex. And circle one direction and the other. Release, unwind, 2 feet to the mat gently. Let the knees open and close. Little butterfly wings here. And then we're coming to hands and knees. Okay, remember, hands and knees can always be done at a wall or on a chair. It's between you, your knees, and your wrists. We're going to come into knee down plank. So walk your hands forward, plenty of space. Okay, you guys are all extremely practiced yogis. Let's go ahead and make sure the elbow creases are facing forward, rolling the shoulder blades down the spine. And we push up, triceps push up, take it back, hips toward heels. Okay, that's the sequence. Knee down plank, push up, and hips toward heels. Okay, same thing at the wall, except your knees won't be down, but your push-ups are triceps push-ups with the elbow creases. In this case, they're going to face up toward the sky. In this case, they face forward. Now, after your next push-up, bring your big toes together, knees wide apart. Come into child's pose with your head resting on something. We do this for 2 reasons. It supports the head so the neck doesn't have to hold that thing up. And it opens up the seat of your intuition to guide your practice. That's why we always want the head supported, forehead connected. And then float your way into a downward facing dog. We're going to start to walk the feet toward the hands, taking them wider as you go till they're mat width distance. Hands, forearms to the thighs, hands to the heart, pressing through the legs, lift up, fingers toward the sky, and as you exhale, mountain pose. Great. Okay, we're going to warm everything up with a sun salutation, and then we're going to be using the blocks to further open up the hamstrings and the front hip flexors. Okay, so everybody has your blocks. Remember, there's a standing option. I already showed that. I'll demonstrate again as we go through. So your blocks are nearby. Let's make sure the body is completely ready for this. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, folding from the hip creases, keeping the hips over the ankles. There are those hamstrings. They've already started. Bring your hands to your thighs, hips back. Shine your heart forward. Set the hands down. Yep, start to set the hips down. Take your right leg back and wiggle around. In this lunge, okay? Okay, now we're taking the right knee down. Pat it if that's your preference. Right knee down. Just your crescent lunge with the arms up. Starting to open up that hip flexor here. Hands down. Back knee is up, and find your way to plank. So you could be knee up or knee down plank here. You could be at the wall. And chaturanga, same thing. We're using the triceps here. Shine the heart forward for a little cobra action. Release. And find your way to down dog. Okay, you might choose to do a press up, or you might come to table and then down dog. Whatever is better for you right now. Inhale and exhale. All right, take your right leg up, step forward, left knee down, come into that low crescent lunge. Good. And release. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, engage all the muscles of your body, super strong. Big step forward with the left foot. Shine your heart forward. Exhale into a forward fold. And float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. So the top half, the first half of that sun salutation, was to warm up the hip flexors and the hamstrings. The down dog helps with the hamstrings as well as forward folds. Now we're going to use the blocks to go into that a little deeper. So you guys go ahead and put your blocks at the edge, top edge of your mat. Okay? All right. So I'm just going to make my block that's facing you invisible for now. Here we go. Feet are hip width distance apart. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over the hip creases. Hips back, knees bend, shine your heart forward, half lift, drop the hips, hands to the mat, step back with the left leg, and wiggle around. Inhale and exhale. We're bringing the left knee down. This time when we go into crescent lunge, we're going to take the blocks, put them on their highest edge, put your hands on top, and then use that to help us lean into much deeper that crescent lunge. Okay, so we've got the front left hip flexor working here with support from the blocks, so we're not trying to do several things at once or losing our balance. Now we're going to take it to the hamstring. So roll your blocks to their second edge and lift your right toes. So for you, your hips are going to be wherever is appropriate for you and your right hamstring, okay, as far as how close they are to that heel. That making sense, everybody? Let's go back to the crescent lunge. Take the blocks to their third edge, sink into that front hip flexor. Yeah. And we're going back to the hamstring stretch. Okay. This is also a prep for split, the Hanumanasana, right? Inhale and exhale. Gets everything you need ready for that, but we're not doing that. We're just working on these stretches. Okay, let's come forward here. Put the blocks out of your way, but within reach because we're going to be using them again. And then come into your knee up or knee down plank. Find your chaturanga. And once again, just a simple cobra and release. Find your way to down dog. Okay, notice the effect that down dog can have on your hamstrings, right? What's going on with the hamstrings when you're in down dog? And if you feel like, well, that's nice and I want to move around a little bit, go ahead and move around in your down dog. It's always your practice, your choices. Take another breath. Take your left leg up this time. Step forward with your left foot, bring your right knee down, and then you're going to get your blocks, put them on their highest edge, they're in line with your left foot, hands to the top of the blocks, and lean in. Okay, roll your blocks to their second edge and lift your left toes. Getting deep into the hamstring. Come back into the crescent lunge. And back into the hamstring stretch with the block on its second side. All right, now take your blocks out of your way, bring your hands down, tuck your back toes, lift that back knee, engage all the muscles of your body, and take a big step forward with your right foot. Half lift, forward fold. Let's see how those hamstrings feel now. Any difference? Okay, it's just an observation. It's not a judgment. Where are the hands now? Any difference? Okay, pressing the feet firmly into the earth, float the arms out and up, palms touch, and hands come heart center. Whew. And release. How did that feel? Okay, let's use those hamstrings a little more. We're going to do triangle to pyramid now. Okay, the hamstrings are nice and open. So for pyramid, you've got your blocks. You can go ahead and put both blocks on the right side of your mat if you want. We'll use them, okay? All right, so let's take the legs wide, arms out by your side, and the right toes are facing directly right. We're going triangle, so shoulders stay stacked, legs stay straight. Release and back. Take it right. We're warming up and back. Right and back. Now we're moving right, right, right. Just let that right hand drop. We don't care how far down it goes. And come into triangle. Now gaze toward your toes. See how triangle feels there. Gaze toward the center of the room. And then gaze toward your left fingertips. See how your triangle feels in all three of those spaces. If any one doesn't feel right for you, then don't do it. All right. We're going to start taking the left hand down, let the right knee bend, and Bring the hands to the blocks if you want, okay? They're either on the blocks or on the mat. We're not doing the leg right now. So the blocks are here. My front block has just become invisible. And straighten and bend the right knee, looking forward, looking toward your leg. So as your knee bends, you look forward. As your leg straightens, you look toward the leg. And then come into straight leg pyramid pose and just hang out there. Okay? There's that hamstring we were just working. You feel it? Okay, and now take your right hand to your right leg and open back up into triangle. Your triangle, shoulders are stacked. Yes, beautiful. Bring it up. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn all 10 toes forward. Inhale, and we're just going to fold halfway here. Checking in with the hamstrings, making sure the heels are over the hips are over the ankles. And stand tall. Take your feet together and move your blocks. Blocks are now on the left. There you go. Legs are wide. Setting up for triangle on the left. Left toes are facing left, arms are out, and we're warming up. Reach and release. Reach and release. Yes, reach and release. Now reach, reach, reach. Left hand down. Come into your triangle. Gaze toward your left toes. Center. Right fingertips. Good. And now bring your right hand down, bend the left knee, find your blocks, and move into bend and straighten. Looking forward, heart shines forward as you bend, and gazing toward your leg as it straightens. And the next time your left leg is straight, just hang out here. Bring your left hand back to your left leg and take your right arm up. There it is. All right, lift the arms, bring the hands to the hips. Now turn all 10 toes out and bend the knees. Bring your hands to your thighs. We're going to take the right shoulder toward the left and up, left shoulder toward the right and up. Oh, you feel that nice side stretch there? And up. Yep. And the next time your left shoulder goes toward the right, you'll be even. Press yourself up and find a way that you want to get your feet back to side by side. Okay? We'll go ahead and keep one block handy for Viparita Karani. And just start to freely move. See how your body's feeling. We're getting ready to come back down. So freely move around, whatever your body is instructing. See if there's anything else you want besides the one block for final for your final relaxation, yes. And then come to the top of the mat. Let's come back to that feet together mountain pose. See how that feels now. And float the arms up, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Our feet are still together. Bring the hands to the thighs, shine your heart forward, and sink the hips down. Find your way to downward facing dog. Okay, that could be at the wall also. And once you get to down dog, go ahead and bend one knee and then the other. Let the hips wiggle side to side. Good. Come back to center and mindfully bring both knees to the mat at the same time. Sit off to the side and extend your legs, coming into seated mountain pose. Taking a breath here. Float the arms up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive over the legs gently. And one more time, gentle lift up and float forward. All right, let's roll up, bend the knees, and come down to the earth. Okay, we're going to come into Viparita Karani first. So if you want, go ahead and lift your hips and slide your block on its lowest edge under your sacrum. Okay? If you don't want to be on a block, don't be on a block. Okay, you can keep your feet down or take your legs to tabletop or take your legs straight up. And we're going to point and flex the feet one more time. And then circle the ankles one direction and the other. Come back into Viparita Karani. And carefully bend the knees, lift off the block, and settle your spine on the mat. Put the block off to the side. Hands are by your side about 6 inches or so away from the hips, and open and close, wiggle the fingers. Rotate the wrists one direction and the other, and then let your head move from side to side, making sure that neck is nice and released. And then come back to center, scan your body, see if anything needs to happen before you move into final relaxation. Realign, reposition, move around, bend your knees or keep them straight. Find your final relaxation position for right now. And now take a nice inhale through the nose. And one slow exhale through the mouth, releasing the body onto the earth. Let the earth support you as you move into final relaxation. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And on your next inhale, extend your arms and legs long. Exhaling, draw your knees in. Give yourself a nice hug. Coming over to a side and up to a nice easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.